The ship's lights hummed softly, and pilot Ensign Kaylin Reyes leaned back into her chair, her fingers absently tapping the flight console. Her first solo mission, simple, boring, routine. Take the cargo from Outpost Theta to the moon colony, drop it off and go home. She sighed, glancing at the manifest. Miscellaneous scientific equipment. They never bothered specifying beyond that, but as the ship slipped silently through space, Kaylin heard something. A subtle thump, then silence again. She frowned, checking her instruments. Nothing, probably just loose equipment. But a second sound, a soft tapping, echoed from cargo hold number 7. Kaylin hesitated. Regulations clearly said, cargo is not to be disturbed under any circumstance. But something about that quiet tapping felt distinctly alive. Cargo doesn't tap, she muttered. Kaylin opened the hatch, the ship's internal lights illuminating rows of secured containers. All were silent except one, a metallic crate marked with a simple code, XJ743. She approached carefully, fingers hovering near her sidearm. Her breath quickened, heart pounding as she keyed in the override code. The crate hissed open, and she gasped at what she found. Inside, curled into a defensive posture, was a creature, small, slender, its large violet eyes staring up at her with fear. Its scales shimmered softly in shades of blues and purples, reflecting Kaylin's astonished face. "Please," it whispered, voice soft, trembling. "Don't send me back." Kaylin took a startled step back, confusion gripping her. "You speak?" The creature nodded slowly, eyes desperate. "They say I'm dangerous, but I only tried to be free." Kaylin felt her throat tighten. This wasn't equipment. This wasn't a routine job. This was a living, thinking being. "Why are they after you?" Kaylin asked gently, voice barely audible. "I know things," it said quietly. "Secrets. My people, they control minds. I refuse to join their plans. That's why they fear me. That's why they want me silenced." The weight of her mission crashed down around her. Regulations, orders, obedience, versus this trembling, frightened creature whose only crime was wanting freedom. "If I help you," she murmured, "they'll court-martial me, or worse." It nodded solemnly, understanding fully. "I do not ask lightly, but I have nowhere else to go." Kaylin hesitated, eyes fixed on those pleading violet orbs. Her training screamed at her to obey, to complete her mission, to be a good soldier. But her humanity whispered otherwise. "What's your name?" she asked finally. "Zara," it said softly, voice full of hope. "All right, Zara," she said, decision made. "We're both about to become fugitives." Kaylin's fingers moved rapidly across her console, overriding navigation commands. The ship lurched gently, changing course. The radio crackled, command demanding answers. "Ensign Reyes, report! You're deviating from your flight path." She took a deep breath, steadying herself. "Sorry, Command. Slight technical issue. Correcting course now." She muted the channel, feeling a surge of defiance mixed with fear. Zara looked at her with grateful, anxious eyes. "You risk much for me," Zara whispered. "Why?" Kaylin met those alien eyes, her own full of determination. Because no being should be treated like cargo, and sometimes following orders isn't the right thing to do. Warning lights flashed across the control panel. Command knew something was wrong. They'd be sending pursuit craft soon. Kaylin plotted a new course, aiming for a lawless sector beyond colony jurisdiction. "Hang tight," Kaylin whispered, gripping the controls. "Things might get rough." Zara smiled faintly, placing one delicate hand on Kaylin's shoulder. "I'm used to rough, thank you." As the stars blurred around them, Kaylin felt the weight of her choice, knowing her old life was gone forever. She'd become a rebel, an outlaw, because in that critical moment she'd chosen compassion over compliance. The universe ahead was uncertain, dangerous, but as she glanced at Zara, Kaylin knew she'd made the right choice. Regulations be damned.